Katy Rogers with Hotspot Nashville, and I am at the Franklin Theater with the fabulous singer and songwriter Deborah Allen. How are you, Deborah?
Katy, I am so good. I've been looking forward to you all day.
I know. I've been looking forward to seeing you. We've been chit-chatting about this interview.
Yes.
And I know, I was wondering if I was going to be able to catch up with you because you're one very busy lady.
Suddenly, things have gotten really busy.
Yes, they are. And, of course, I've seen you out and about. Now, first off, you played at the Grand Ole Opry. You had a big party for your mom's, Rosetta's, 100th birthday party.
That was so special. Larry Gatlin got her 24 roses and came out with 24 roses and got the whole auditorium to sing happy birthday. Then the Opry made her a beautiful, beautiful poster, and it says Rosetta celebrating 100 years with the Grand Ole Opry. It was beyond belief. It was wonderful.
Wasn't that just music come together? I mean, to make her feel so honored and special. I did see the video on that. Then we move over to the Franklin Theater, and I was at that show.
Were you? Yes, you were. You sure were. We got her
because I gave your mom a very special gift, a Dolly Parton
did.
Jolene red lipstick.
Oh my gosh, she loves it. She loves it.
She would not let go of it. I saw her, and she would not let go of that lipstick. Every time I took a picture of her, she had it clutched in her hand, and I thought that was so cute. Now, you know I'm trying to get you one of those.
I cannot wait.
And they are sold out everywhere. HSN, I mean everywhere. I think I'm going to have to dial up Dolly, right, to get that?
Yes, dialing for Dolly.
But I'm going to get you one.
Okay.
I want a list at the Hall of Fame. They're going to let me know when they get restocked.
So good.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that, but we're so glad you did.
Well, there was a lot of honoring of your mother going on here at the Franklin Theater, too,
Right.
from the governor, Lee,
Yes,
from
Governor
our
Lee,
president.
the Centurion or Centenarian Award.
How did you make all that happen? I was so curious. I didn't get to ask you.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you. Well, I was invited by Niecy Davies to be a part of She Leads. She Leads is an organization. It's they have different chapters. It's like She Leads America, but there's She Leads Tennessee, She Leads Kentucky. So Barbara Ann Jeter and Niecy Davies founded the Tennessee chapter. And Niecy nominated me as a woman of distinction.
Fabulous, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And so she and I go way back. We're really good friends. And I nominated Linda Davis this year as a woman of distinction because she is, and it's for Christian ladies and conservative, with conservative values. And so it's an honor. And Marsha Blackburn is in it, Alavita King. But Marsha was really instrumental in getting the letter from President Trump and Melania.
That was amazing.
That
I videotaped all that. I could not believe they just kept coming, the accolades and awards.
And the Barbara Ann and Niecy had a lot to do with the Tennessee accolades from the senator and the speaker and from Governor Lee.
Well, I had a wonderful time, and I'm telling you, I've really, one of the shows that I've only been here a few times, and it's always been you, mostly, when you do your Christmas show. Are you going to do another Christmas show?
No, because I could have done a show in May. If I'd done my show in May, I could be doing the Christmas show. But in my heart, I wanted to save it for August 23rd, which was my mother's birthday.
Right.
My mother's 100th birthday we celebrated here. And 2 days prior, we were at the Grand Ole Opry, like you said, because Mother was born the same year as the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, that is amazing, and I know, I will just add, I have to tell you this.
Okay.
When I went to that Christmas show, I had front seats, and I swear my hair was blowing back. I mean, the energy from that stage was amazing.
Oh, you came with my friend Ryan.
Yes, Ryan. Of course,
so
Ryan,
sweet.
you brought me the last time.
Yes.
He's sure a big fan of yours, and he's made me a big fan of you too, and he's told me a lot about you, actually.
I'll tell you.
He really respects you and considers you a friend. So.
He is my friend, and I love him too. We love you, Ryan.
Yes, we do. We love you, Ryan.
We sure do.
Now, I know, also moving on, like I said, you've just been busy, and I had to really chase down what you were up to, but you went to Hilton Head recently, right, for songwriting.
It was super cool. My friend David Preston, who his mother was the CEO in Nashville for BMI.
Oh, wow.
So he knows a lot of great writers, and I'm telling you, I was surrounded by the cream of the crop writers in Nashville.
Who else was there?
Well, Jeffrey Steele was there.
Oh,
Low
wow.
Cash Cowboy was there. Gosh, girl, there are so many of
What
them.
happens at that kind of event? I'm dying to know.
Well, basically what happens is during the week, the writers do shows at different places. Some are on the beach, some are at I was at Big Bamboos the first night, and then I was on the beach the next night, and then the next night they actually got me to co-host with the local radio program director the whole big event. That's the night that Jeffrey Steele performed. And then the next day, they had all kinds of great, Rebecca, Lynn Howard.
Oh, really? I haven't heard of
Yes.
her in a long time.
Girl, she's so talented.
Yes, she
I
is.
met her when she was 16 years old. We got together and wrote a great song, but her life has exploded since then. She's been all over the world. She sings so great, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, because later on, Jeffrey Steele came out, was playing harmonica and doing all of his great hits, and then the next night it was Low Cash Cowboy.
I want to talk a little bit about you personally. So you were born in Memphis. I didn't even know that. I'm telling you, you'd think I would have known everything about you, but I didn't know that.
No,
So,
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee.
and what I wanted to know is, of course, we're going to do an article. I'm going to write for publication a story about you,
Thank you.
for the Nashville Women in Film and
That's
Television,
awfully nice,
Real
thank you.
Lumiere, and I'm excited. So we're going to talk a lot about more details at
Okay.
that time, but and we'll get into more about that. But when did you actually make it to Nashville?
Well, I came to Nashville right around the time I was, just right after I turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
I decided I was coming to Nashville. And I got here, girl, listen, time has flown, but I got here in 1972.
What was it like then? Because I'm dying to know. I
It
had
was
to
so
ask you that.
cool, Katie.
Uh-huh.
I like to tell everybody I got here right on the tail end of old school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so cool because you could still go down to Tootsie and see the artists going back and forth across the alley, and it just was phenomenal. That's during the time I met Shel Silverstein. I was hanging out at Waylon Jennings' office, and John Hartford was always coming by. And Captain Midnight was upstairs in his room with his Bunsen burner. He spent the night there a lot of times with his Bunsen burner. I used to think that was so wild to have a radio guy that slept at the studio and he had a Bunsen burner.
I love that.
And then Kyle Lenning got his start there. Just so much.
Is that where you made a lot of relationships that led up to what happened in your career? Were you not just
Yes.
doing that, forming your relationships here in Nashville?
Well,
were you songwriting?
I first worked at Opryland, and so I got to go to Russia
Oh.
with Tennessee year before. We went to, yes, in 1974 we were in Leningrad, Baku, Yerevan, Tbilisi, and Moscow, 5 places. And that's back when it was the old Soviet Union. And girl, what's the first thing that happened to me? The worst thing that could happen to a girl. I'd never been anywhere over the big body of water, so I went and charged me up $1,000 worth of clothes at Casual Quarters. And the first thing that happened is they all got my stolen.
Oh my goodness.
All I had were the clothes that I had on. So one day I'd wear my green pants and my sweater and shirt. The next day I'd wear my green jeans and my sweater. The next day I'd wear my green jeans and my shirt.
Creative dressing. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you. Creative right down to
It's-
dressing.
Yeah, it
It's
sort of
amazing.
solved the problem of what am I going to wear today. But it was really great, and the audiences over there loved it. And you've seen old movies and things where they go boom, 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 and clap all together. That's what they did.
And they probably wanted American products. I do remember from studying history, they want American clothes and things, so maybe that's
They
why they got
did.
stolen.
I had a
They probably
girlfriend.
thought they just won the lottery.
This girl, listen, she looked a lot like me, and she comes up, she goes, "We look a lot alike." And I said, "We do." And she said, "We could exchange passports." I don't think so.
Oh my
We
goodness.
better not get into that.
Yeah, just avoiding trouble. But you come across to me as a gal that knows how to take care of herself.
Oh yeah, I did,
You know
but
what
I really did love
In
that.
showbiz,
girl,
you have
yeah.
to do that
You
anyway.
do.
So
I have a loving, open heart, and people kind of sense that too. So, but I think I know where to draw the line most
Right.
of the time, anyway.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So let's just talk. I just wanted to ask you, what was the first song that you actually wrote in your, were you a kid and wrote up a song, or
No,
did you get older? And
I didn't write a
first
song real early in life.
I came to Nashville because I wanted to be a singer. That's what I wanted to do.
Right.
And so since Shell was kind of in and out over there at Waylon's office, and I was playing at the Hall of Fame at that time, they had a happy hour, and he came to see me. And when he came to see me, I was like, "Well, what'd you think?" He said, "Well, you got a really good voice." And I was like, "Well, thank you." And then he goes, "But there's a lot of great singers in town." I was like, "Oh, Lord. He's going to tell me to keep my day job." So, but what he went on to tell me was, "Have you ever thought about writing?" I said, "No, not really. I've written a few poems." He said, "I think you ought to think about writing because, a song is something you can keep forever."
And he saw that strength in you.
Yeah, and he said, "And the sun doesn't shine on the same dog's back every day." And he he said, that made sense to me. Because you can't have a hit song every day, but you could write a song every day if you want to. So he really got me started. He changed the direction of my life. And he gave me, just his belief in me in that split second gave me the inspiration and the courage to go, hey, I can be a songwriter. And the best piece of advice he gave to me is, write, and write a lot, because you might write 9 really good songs, but that 10th song might be your great song.
It's hard to write 10 bad songs in a row. One of them's going to be good,
Yeah,
right?
he said, don't stop before your great song. Yeah, don't stop before you write that great song. In other words, don't give up on your 9th song. Go ahead and write more. Write more and more, because the more you write, the better your odds are that you will write a great song.
And you have done that quite a few times.
Thank you very much.
But I do want to ask you, as we were discussing before we started filming, we were talking about, what's true and what isn't out there. So I want to ask you, because this was kind of phenomenal, discovered by Roy Orbison, and you worked with Prince. Now, is this true? Because, there's a lot of things out there, and I want you to tell me if that's true.
Well, it is true. I was actually also discovered in Memphis by George Klein, because I was on his show, his television show. And George went to high school with Elvis, okay? And helped play all his records early on. So I don't ever want to forget about George. But in Nashville, I worked at the IHOP for a while, and it was there that I said, those guys look like they're in the music business. I was about 19 or so. I don't know the exact age, but that was about it. I walk over to their table and I said, excuse me, but are y'all in the insurance business? They go, no, darling, we're in the music business. I slide into that booth real quick. I said, listen, I'm a singer trying to get started. And they should have kicked me out, but they didn't. They let me stay. And then shortly afterwards, I went by after to give them my telephone number. They said, boy, are we glad to see you. And I said, why? And they said, Joe Melson, who was with Roy Orbison that day, he's looking for you. He wants you to come sing on some Roy Orbison stuff. Now, what was the second thing you asked me?
I just asked you, you worked with Prince, and you were, yes, what was the Prince? I'm like, she's got to tell me a little bit of something about that.
I did. Well, I just
sum it up, because I know this is the hotspot, so I don't want to take all your time.
Right.
But we met on the basketball court at Sunset Sound. And I was coming out of the bathroom.
I heard he was a basketball player.
He is.
He's really playing. Very good.
Very good player. So I was in the ladies' bathroom in the office area, and I was walking out, and the ball rolled by, and I reached over to pick it up, and I go, and I turn around, and it's Prince, and I go like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I thought you were going to be one of my friends coming out. So I handed it off to him. Little did I know that later on we'd have an executive turnover at where, I was signed to RCA, the pop division. And they said, well, we think we can roll with this. Well, they came in, the new executives came in, and they came in to listen. And while they were in there, I kind of ducked out. And I went to get some coffee, and I came back, and there was Prince. He was shooting some hoops for real that night. And I was kind of like giving them a chance to listen to my album. So I was like, well, that's a good one. Oh, shoot. That was a good one. And he kind of backs up, and I say, I like your outfit. And he goes, likewise. That's all he said.
Was he a man of few words?
He was a man of few words, but he had the most beautiful big heart. And whenever I got home, I wrote him a letter and said, Dear Prince, they said that they can run with my album if I cut a couple more things. And I was thinking it would be merely wonderful if we might work together in some capacity. So I sent it back out there to his engineer, and he got back with me with a song that he wrote especially for me.
Wow.
The engineer was I said, come on, Coke, that's his name. I said, did he really write it for me, or did he have it already? He goes, oh no, I was in there when he wrote it.
Isn't it amazing how some people write a song in like 20 minutes?
This is such an unusual song.
Yeah.
It sort of felt like it was like, just train of thought writing. It's really a neat song. I love this song. And I was so honored that he wrote it for me. Yeah, he did it.
I love that.
Yeah, he did.
So now, just briefly, because your career is phenomenal. I mean, and it's lengthy. It really is, and that's a beautiful thing.
It's
so
getting
we're going to
lengthy.
cover that in the publication.
Yeah.
But I know that you've written a lot of songs. You have "Baby I Lied," and then you had 7, well, the latest that I read was you had 7 million AIR awards, the BMI, and you had 2 million
we know what
AIR
that
awards,
is.
which was Baby Alive.
Yeah.
So that's just phenomenal, and we'll get into more of that too in our future story.
Okay.
But just all your different awards that, I see you were ACM Award, for Top New Female Vocalist, 1983. And this is quite a resume and repertoire here. So, and I just want to ask you, where's your favorite place to write songs? I'm very curious about songwriting. So, do you have a favorite place or method?
Now, various different times in my life I've had favorite places. But at my house now, I guess I get ideas all the time. So I just get those wherever I'm at.
Do you have a studio at home?
Well, I have in the past, but right now, the last one I said, okay, I'm not going to use this one anymore. They get outdated pretty quickly, so, but I really like to, once I get an idea, I'll pick up my guitar and go to my kitchen or the bedroom, or I like my grand piano's what I like too.
Ooh,
yeah.
Grand piano. Is it red like Ray's?
No, it's not red. I should have gotten
You
red.
like red, so that's why I said,
I
maybe
like
you and
red,
Ray,
girl.
maybe you have the same piano maker.
I
don't
do.
know.
No, I do. Red, white, and black are, I guess, my favorite
Ooh.
colors.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I got a piano donated to the Nashville airport several years ago. I don't know if they still have it, but I think it's when they built onto it the first time. I said, and Marty was going to make this big presentation. I said, well, I'll get him a piano. So Baldwin gave him a piano. And I said, I think they need a gold one, like a Jerry Lee Lewis.
Like Elvis's, the one that was in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
of course, they sold
gold
that. But
piano.
yes, that was
but
beautiful.
They said it was getting closer and closer to the day that we were going to get donated, and they said, we don't have the piano. How would you feel about letting us bring out a leopard skin one? Thank you, Trey. I said, are you kidding? They love that. Bring
Leopard
it.
skin, really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It was beautiful.
Oh, that sounds I would love to see that. Yeah, I know. I hope you have some pictures because I'm going to be asking you about pictures.
I don't know if I have pictures of that, and I don't know if it's still there because I was just at the airport and flew out.
I don't remember seeing that. I wander
Yeah,
around a lot
I have
because we
seen
have a cool airport, and
Yeah.
Memphis does too. Who minds waiting at the airport in Nashville or Memphis? Not me.
Exactly.
I mean, they're
either.
unique. So.
But if it's not in that airport, I am going to wonder who has it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this purpose with the Nashville Women in Film and Television, a lot of it is I've written a lot of stories and things is to inspire other people who are starting their career, other women, or support them in what they're doing in the entertainment industry. So just looking back, I like to ask a few questions about, did you sacrifice a lot to be a singer and songwriter? Did you have to eat top ramen? Did you ever want to give up? I mean, because these are some of the things I've talked to people about, and they really sacrifice a lot to make it in this town.
The main thing you
with that career.
sacrifice, I was thinking about this just a moment ago. I think the one thing that you do sacrifice is a lot of your time. Because there's, you miss out on some time that you could be spending with your family, but if you're not that dedicated, you won't get anything done. You can have a great idea, but if you don't take the time to sit down and explore it and write it, I've even said sometimes writing can be a lonely life because, no one can do it for you. You're the only one that can do your writing,
Now, do you do a lot of collaboration? I've been asking people, sometimes you see on a song, there might be 7 or 8 people, which was interesting to me. I didn't realize that. I knew 2 people wrote a song sometimes.
Yeah.
But do you write with that many people, or do you prefer to be alone, or maybe
well,
one other
I like
person?
to try to write by myself as much as I can because I think that way it keeps you polished. And you feel like then when you do get a chance to collaborate, you're going to carry your weight. And I don't mind writing with one person. That's
Bobby Braddock. Now, did you
Bobby,
write with
oh,
Bobby?
yeah,
Because
Bobby.
he was at your show, and I got to meet his
yes.
daughter finally. Of course, I know Bobby from the Hall of Fame.
Right.
We were there for his book, at
Yes,
the Hall.
we sure
So,
were.
what a great guy. That guy's amazing.
Yes, we've written quite a few songs about me. And
I saw
I
that.
sang one of them on the show, 2 Shades of Blue.
Yes.
And that was great to see him there. He loves my mother too, so he had to be there for the party.
Because it is your birthday pretty soon, isn't
Woo,
it?
it is
Is it on the 30th? So just a few
September
days?
30th, the
Just a
last
few
day of
days.
September.
Well, we have a birthday present for you. The Nashville Women in Film and Television. Of course, our producer is on the board, Donna Caldwell. She's here
Donna.
working on this story with us. And we are going, the organization, all of us, you're going to be awarded the Pioneer Award, Alice Award for the Nashville Women in Film and Television for 2026. How do you feel about that?
I don't know what to think about that. That is so
And past folks have
amazing.
been like Carlene Carter, Beverly Keel,
Oh my
Kelly
gosh.
Lang. Lots of folks have had these awards, right? Different awards. There's different styles of the awards, but you're going to be the pioneer because you are a pioneer.
Thank
so
you.
I think this is fabulous.
I am so, I cannot believe you're saying that. In fact, I'd forgotten that my birthday was coming up. But
So happy birthday and congratulations all in one sentence.
hey,
And
I know
wanna
what
explain-
I'm going to wear to the award show.
Now these are a bunch of fashionistas. So you
My
better break out the
Jolene
cloth.
red lipstick.
Yes, I'm going to break out your best clothes.
Yes, okay.
These gals know how to dress.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
They taught me, somebody gave me this hat from this organization.
Yes.
They snapped me up.
You're a
little
member
bit.
of the hat club.
Usually I have cowboy hats on.
Yeah,
Try
I
something different, Katie.
I love
I'm a
hats
cowgirl.
too. I love
Oh, yeah.
hats.
I have
didn't
100
wear
of them and
one
I've seen you. You look adorable. Actually, at the songwriters out there at the beach, you had a beautiful hat
That's
on.
fun. Yeah,
So let me
that's
explain
my
one
favorite
last
hat.
thing. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
that's
you.
okay, but
my
thank
love.
you. Let me just
We're
say,
just thrilled.
thank
I'm so
you.
excited. I can
God,
hardly hold
I don't
that
know what
news
to
in.
say, but so thank you. When is that?
It's in January 2026, and Donna will be contacting you with
Okay.
all the details and letting you know everything about that. That's her specialty.
I better
But I
start
want to
shopping
explain
now.
to you in a nutshell, it's an annual award that they
Okay.
give
Okay.
women in entertainment industry who reflect pioneering spirit of Alice Guy Blaché, the world's first female film director.
Wow.
And it's to support women in the industry, to be a fundraiser for our local chapter, and much more. And I didn't get around to it, but I heard that you've done some acting, so we'll talk about that in the
Okay.
upcoming publication,
That
if you
sounds
don't mind
good.
now. Do you have anything to add before we sign off here? I could talk to you all day
Well,
in
I
here.
could talk to you all
We got a
day.
time limit,
But
Donna.
I am so excited about this award because, you know, for the acting portion of it for sure, but also because I've always loved being behind the scene too, behind the camera, like on my Rock Me video.
Mhm.
And when people noticed that, you know, I was very hands-on, that meant a lot to me. So to get this award just really means a lot. I thank you so much about that. Wow. And to add to it is just, God, I'm so glad to see you. Every time I see you, we have so much fun.
We really do.
We do.
You're a bright spirit and you're just fabulous to hang out with. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's so nice to all your fans
Thank
and
you.
I just really enjoy it. I wish we could talk longer, but we will be.
We
for the
will. We're going to
publication.
be. This isn't the last time our paths
No,
will
I
cross.
know. And so, anyway, thank you for your time
I
and your
love you
loveliness.
so
I'm so
much.
glad to hear everything
Thank
about
you.
you and straight from you too, by the way.
And I am so glad and thankful